Namaskaromi and welcome to our next set of videos where we're now going to walk through how to write Sanskrit using the Devanagari script. Now it's important right away to realize two things. First, the name Sanskrit, which means refined or polished or perfected, it's the name of the language that we're learning. And it became refined, polished, perfected way back around 350 BC, let's say when Panini had first produced the complete grammar of the language. And Sanskrit has remained basically the same ever since. The Sanskrit language, though, could be and has been written in many, many different scripts over the years. The earliest known script in South Asia is Ashokan Brahmi, for example, which looks like this. It's found on inscriptions made on rocks and pillars all across the subcontinent, dating from about 250 BC or so. The Gupta script was also very popular for Sanskrit texts. Then there's also Gandhari, which was read from right to left. Sanskrit has also been written in southern scripts like Grantha or Malayalam or Telugu. It's also been written in Southeast Asian scripts, in Chinese script, in Perso-Arabic, and of course in Roman script as well. But the kind of standard script for writing Sanskrit for the past millennium, and definitely for the last 500, 600 years, has been a script called Devanagari, which literally means the city script of the gods. Deva means gods or lords. Nagara means city. So learning Devanagari is both straightforward and it's also kind of hard, I'm not going to lie. It's straightforward in the sense that each character is pronounced exactly the way you see it, the same way all the time. So it's not like how English works, for example, where the letter O could be pronounced aw, like in God or hot, or O like in own, or like in the word word. And forget about how to pronounce the O in enough, right? In Devanagari, when you see the character for O, it will always be pronounced O. So that's what makes it a straightforward script. The script is tricky, though, for two reasons. One, when vowels come after consonants, they change into these diacritic marker forms, which are called matras, instead of being written in a full form. That can take a little getting used to be able to parse that. And second, when two letters come into contact with each other, two consonants come to contact with each other, they smash together and turn into what are called conjunct consonants or clusters. Reading these clusters sometimes can be very much a cluster, if you know what I mean. It'll take some practice for you. You will experience some frustration with the consonant clusters, but hang in there. And in about 3 weeks, I guarantee that you'll definitely get the hang of it. And it'll be a great feeling, actually, when you learn Devanagari. You'll be like, hey, I know a new way of writing things. You can write your name in Devanagari, send secret messages to each other, make tattoos. And besides that, you'll be able to read a lot of other South Asian languages as well, like Hindi, Marathi, Nepali, all of which are written in the Devanagari script. Okay, so here's how we're going to structure this unit. We'll go through first how to write each vowel and each consonant in their independent forms. Then we'll look at how to combine consonants with vowels into syllables, aksharas, using special vowel forms that are called these matras. And finally, we'll look at what happens when consonants are combined with other consonants, which are called these conjunct consonants or clusters. In Sanskrit, it's called sanyuktas. Again, this is the trickiest part of learning Devanagari script. We'll just be looking at a few key examples that we're going to get just to get us started. It'll take you some time as you read and encounter these. You'll be able to also find more resources on all of this stuff on the website ubcsanskrit.ca. All right, so in the next clip, we'll get started with the vowels, then move on to the consonants. Before all that, though, I wanted to end our first clip by introducing one special character in Sanskrit that you will have already encountered here and there, which is that sacred syllable Om. Since the earliest Vedic times, the syllable Om is thought to be a synthesis of all possible linguistic utterance, all merged together into one sacred syllable that the philosophers, the priests, the yogis, the spiritual seekers, they've all meditated on since at least 1000 BC. There's many different ways to write Om, and if you already have your own way, that's great. You should keep your way of writing Om. But here's how one method goes. There are 4 steps to it. First, you make the shape of a 3. Step 2 then is to start from near the center point of that 3, and then make a circle going to the right. Then the third step is to make a crescent shape above that, and then step 4 is to make a dot in the center of that crescent. The crescent and dot combo is known as the Chandra Bindu, which literally means moon and point. Chandra Bindu. So like I said, there's many other ways to make the Om. This is just one. Feel free to look around, maybe find your own style to make the O阜-kāra. But one thing you should keep in mind is that it's one of the few characters that are written without the upper horizontal top line that we're going to find throughout Devanagari, which indicates, which is used to show that the letters are formed together into words. So it's always going to be separate. The O阜-kāra is always going to be separate from the other letters. All right, so again, it's great to have you here. I hope that you're enjoying your time learning Sanskrit so far. Thanks for watching. Dhanyavadaha. Punarmilamaha.